Hello guys, you're welcome. I am Noble Okafo and you're welcome to Obidati Family TV. And this is actually Hot, where we give you the latest updates, the latest trends, happenings in the political scene. And here I have with me the ever pretty Ibukun. Ibukun, how you doing?
I'm very fine, thank you. Hello and good evening, everyone. You're tuned into Obidati Family TV, and this is As E Day Hot, where we give you the latest on the Nigerian political scene, from gossip to gist to what's
everything, the whole tatafo.
Everything is happening.
You can think of.
Everything is happening. But
how was the day?
Oh yes, it was wonderful. It was
so how have you been faring with the whole stress? You know, being a Nigerian these days is it's getting tougher. How have you been dealing with it?
Well, I have hope.
Hope. Wow. She says hope.
Yes, I do. And yesterday I kind of like fell in love on set, so I'm really happy. But let's not derail from the original this thing.
Wait, you fell in love on set?
Yes.
Guys, I think you guys need to hear this.
Did anyone who watched a town hall different yesterday?
Is that even possible?
Yes, anyone who watched a town hall different yesterday saw what happened. If you didn't watch a town hall different yesterday, I think you should go back and watch yesterday's episode, because something spiritual happened to me.
Something spiritual. Okay, yes. Funny enough, I was at a town hall different yesterday. So it means I'll have to go and watch it.
Yes, you have to, and everyone else.
Please, guys, I think if I'm directing everyone now to actually go back and watch that clip. Watch it, please, because I need to know who you fell in love with.
Yes, you'll see it if you go back and rewatch it. But then, away from my personal life, and let's go into the Nigerian government and all the whatever.
All right, guys. So let's go.
I think I'm going to go in with this just since I almost filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah, you mentioned that yesterday.
Yes. So the Supreme Court stops old Naira notes deadline implementation.
I don't know if I should say that's good or it's a bad one.
And you know, when I saw the news, it was a moment of silence, kind of something for me, because I was like, should I be happy?
Exactly. You're just in the middle. You don't know how it's going to affect Nigerians. You don't know how. Okay, for me, I feel I would say it's a good one for me. It's a good one for me because stopping it temporarily, it's good. At least it's going to the deadline is going to be extended. You get so because today is 8th of February. So by today's Wednesday, so it means Friday should be the deadline for exchange of old notes for new ones. And then a lot of persons haven't still seen the new notes, and it's still scarce. So how would you expect persons to actually do that? So it's a nice move by the Supreme Court.
I totally I can't decide. But then let's see. The Supreme Court made this decision today, and they halted the move. It was led by a 7-man panel, led by Justice John Okoro, and that was today. They made this decision today, and I feel like a lot of people are having mixed feelings about this. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is this another propaganda from the APC camp to get things going in their favor? I can't say, but what I do know is that no matter what happens with the money, no matter what happens with the fuel, Nigerians have reached this point where they are making a solid decision, and that means we are voting in Peter Obi. So come rain, come sun, you know, that's the energy that we're on.
Exactly.
I mean, not be so.
Not so now. The energy, like it's the kind of thing we need. All right, guys. So on to the next. Ohaneze Ndibo endorses Peter Obi. The Ohaneze Ndibo is a socio-cultural group that stands for the interest of all Igbos, both in and outside of Nigeria. So this is a very nice move. So Ohaneze Ndibo is coming out to tell Southeasterners to actually come out en masse to vote for one of their own. It's a good one. It's a good one. I feel this is the time where Igbos are meant to actually forget every thing about sectionalism and actually just come out to support their own. Yeah, no matter what you're agitating for this period, now you have your own person coming out. So please, it's the right thing to do. So it's a nice move from Ohaneze.
Yeah, you know,
nice move.
You know, I'm always like the one covering the pettiest, nastiest, little bit however nasty it gets, however hot it gets, I'm always here for it. Maybe it's true to my feminine nature. I just really like the gossip. But I'm going to control myself for a while and go over the more serious stuff. Like, for example, the Labour Party chieftain in an interview this week, would I say, I don't know what word to use now. Did he state, did he affirm, or did he declare? I don't know how to say. Let me just say he declared that Peter Obi will get more votes from northern states than he will anywhere else, basically.
So that's the news. Ibrahim Abdul Karim, a Labour Party chieftain,
yes,
came out to say that Peter Obi will get more votes from northern Nigeria than every other region. I don't know what to make of that. He sounded really confident, if you ask me. Really, really confident. And then he went further to say that since he has Dati by his side, that he will be guaranteed enough votes from the north. So, okay, let me ask you, Ibukun, how influential would you think Dati would be to Obi getting enough votes, a lot of votes from the north?
I think Dati, of course he's
being
a northerner plays a role.
Yeah.
But I still feel like with or without that, because I don't feel like the northerners have seen northerners come into power and disappoint them and devastate them in ways that nobody even saw coming.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's really about where that is from. I just feel like the northerners are assured of Peter Obi and Dati's capability, their capacity to bring Nigeria to where Nigeria needs to be. So I feel like that's what's going on. But that's my opinion. However, and then secondly, of course, the representation that Dati is bringing for northerners, of course, it helps. But then still, in my opinion, I just feel like with or without that, it's more about Nigerians seeing capacity these days.
So Ibukumi feels Obi is loved even by the northerners, but then I share in your view, and then I also think that is going to have a very huge influence in this, because I mean, if you watch Dati is a likable person.
He has this wonderful smile,
and he has a very lovely accent. He
and Peter Obi are like brothers from different sides of Nigeria. They have this aura. Their auras align. I'm really big on auras, and I feel like their auras align. Like they just have these gentle,
and then when you see them move with grace. Like this one is not panicking, this one is not panicking. They just move slowly. We even see them waving at crowds and everything.
And together it's going.
Exactly, it's
really going. It's going together.
Really lovely.
Yeah, and interestingly, Abdul Karim, who made the statement, is the director of general votes. Is the director general of a voters coalition initiative called Big Tent Nigeria.
Wow.
So talking from a place, speaking from a place of like, will I say insight or foresight? Interesting.
All right, guys, next up, Peter Obi congratulates newly Nigerian Labour Congress President Joe Ajaero. Really lovely. Now, the Nigerian Labour Congress newly elected a national president, Joe Ajaero, and Peter Obi has come out to congratulate him, and then has made his intentions known to actually want to work with him. So this is it's a good news. It's a lovely one
news.
Because over time in Nigeria, you see the Nigerian Labour Congress, as we all know, the NLC is a pressure group, and then they influence government policies. So over time, even while I was in secondary school, we hear of things like industrial actions, like strike.
They're consistently clashing.
Exactly.
Consistently clashing.
So it will be an advantage for Nigerians to actually have the NLC and then the Nigerian government as one. Yeah, having like minds, thinking as one.
And headed in the same direction, which is ensuring that the people are represented and their needs are met. I feel like that's what is going to come out of this, and I'm already happy in advance because of course Peter Obi will be president.
I really love this man. Like, I don't know, am I the only one noticing his moves? I don't know, like planning before time and everything.
He's setting things in place.
Really smart moves.
He's setting things in place, and we did.
I mean, he's really awesome.
I can't even wait to enjoy that new Nigeria something as it's coming like this. You know this kind of. You see, I'm just comporting myself because I'm on television, but it will blow.
Man, expectations are really high. Expectations are high. Expectations are high. So for me, I would say if Peter Obi wins the elections, do you know how I see Nigeria? Okay, I don't know if I would be exaggerating, but then I don't think so. I don't think so. For me, I feel if you give Nigeria the next 5 to 6 years, Nigeria would look like the UK. It's not impossible.
It's not, though.
It's not impossible.
I mean, we have everything it takes.
Really capable.
We have everything it takes. And a lot of focus will be moved out of, you know, a lot of the focus of Nigeria is like Nigerian industrial action is really focused on crude oil, oil, everything, oil. And there's like a ton of industries. There's tourism. It's not explored.
Exactly.
There's agriculture. It's neglected. So I feel like once we have somebody who actually understands economic development at the helm of affairs, it will be going.
And if you actually watch Peter Obi, you see he's actually planning things ahead of time. That was sometime last year. Peter Obi traveled to Egypt to actually check out their power sector, because the power sector in Egypt is really flawless. So he actually traveled there to actually check out the power sector, and then to equally see how those things can actually be implemented in Nigeria. Is that not awesome? Because power has actually been a thorn in the flesh of Nigerians for decades now.
And if you investigate the power situation, you see that it is still...
It's deteriorating.
It's not that one is everything is deteriorating at this point. But then, if you investigate the power sector, you'd find that the reason why power sector is operating below potential is one stupid negligence or one lack of planning. It will never be that Nigeria does not have the resource, it doesn't have the human resource, it doesn't have the capacity, it doesn't have the wealth. It is the fact that all of these things will not be utilized, and one official somewhere will be sitting on 300 empty offices, paying himself salary like 300 times in the name of ghost workers, and some nonsense is happening. Just go and check. These are pockets of uselessness in that power sector. And of course, this is what we'll see.
I mean, we need to take this country back.
We do. We really do.
My dad told me one certain time that while he was still a bachelor, that in fact the power sector was flawless in Nigeria then. I think that was the 80s. Yes, and my dad told me that if he's to leave for work in the morning, he has to put off his freezer so that when he comes back, he'll be able to take something from it. That the times he actually forgot to put off his freezer and then left for work, anytime when he'll be back from work, his freezer is already blocked.
The freezer blocked.
Exactly, totally blocked. So I mean, like,
his soup will turn to stone.
Please, I want my soup to turn to stone. Please, I want that stone soup. Please, I really need it.
I feel like the youths, we should be the ones who are angriest with the Buhari and APC, because we are the ones that really saw
the thing is, we've not even experienced any good thing
at all.
If you actually see the old persons who are in their 70s, 80s, and even, should I say, 50s, like, I mean,
they still have some
good times they
relatively enjoyable.
Since the day I was born, I've been suffering in this nation.
Yes, and you've only been suffering more and more.
I don't want my children to actually experience this.
Did you see how many more I put there?
I really don't want my children, my kids to experience
this. Oh God, have mercy.
I don't want that for them.
Anyway, I have to chip in a bit of gossip here because I wouldn't be me if I don't.
We need that.
Yes, I wouldn't be me if I don't gossip. But anyway, somebody told somebody, Grammy nominee where they live for trenches. Who do you think collected this one now? Who do you think collected this one? Let me just open my mouth and just be dropping it. Who do you think collected this one?
Just drop it. Drop on.
Oh, it will not be me that said this thing.
Just drop it.
Anyway, apparently, Seun Kuti collected blasting from Peter Okoye because he said that Peter Obi is an opportunist. Normally, did he not deserve that thing?
He deserved them. It's a well-deserved lash.
He collected it. Yeah. It's good.
It's a well-deserved
one. He needed that dose of... They give it to him. Because seriously, why would you just say something like this? I mean, who of all people, Peter Obi is opportunist?
You know, I feel, we have freedom of speech in Nigeria. So people tend to say things anyhow. Yeah, whether true or false. So You see, news like this, I don't even bother myself.
I do, because I like gossip.
You love gossip, Mama. It's now your thing, no? Now your thing. It's where you thrive.
Oh my God!
So for me, I just pass. I just pass. For me, it's not relevant.
For me, what is really hitting is the fact that Peter Obi doesn't really have to even do the work to even like come out and talk. He doesn't need to talk to people. He doesn't have the time. He's busy scheming how to actually help Nigeria. However,
I mean, this man has been a governor before, so how is he an opportunist? See, wait, Peter Obi did something while he was leaving the governorship seat in Anambra State. He called in EFCC and then the ICPC to come and audit the state's account. Who does that? Even me, me who is sitting here, I'm not sure I would even have that kind of mind or that kind of courage to actually do that. I mean, what if they now notice something, even if I wasn't the person who did it?
Double sure.
Like, you can't see persons like this anywhere.
This is a very rare move, and I feel like you did say that people have freedom of speech, and at the same time they also have freedom of collecting. If you move anyhow, you collect.
Very, very
and that is exactly what happened to Shehu Kuti when he thought he could say whatever he wants.
It's a well-deserved one.
Musician to musician now, they balanced each other out.
Then, please, I actually need to go deeper into this Tatafo. Like, who called who a Trenches Grammy Award winner? Or Grammy nominee? Who called who? I really need to know.
He Kuti said what happened is that Kuti did say Shehu Kuti said that he doesn't believe that any politician can save Nigerians except Nigerians himself, which I'm wondering how he wants Nigerians to achieve that, seeing as all of us cannot be in government. We have to elect somebody to represent us. So how do we save ourselves? By electing the right person, which is what we are already doing. But then he now went on to touch people where it would
actually pain them.
As in, he said Peter Obi is an opportunist. I said opportunist, God help me. And Peter Okoye of Peace Square gave him, I first it was 1-0, and then he balanced it.
Asked him to use the ball, no time.
He adjusted him. So he said that so it was Peter Okoye calling him, Shehu Kuti, a Grammy nominee that lives in the trenches.
Nominee. Jesus Christ, wait. Trenches Grammy nominee.
My heart is beating fast.
Wait, okay, to start with, Trenches and Grammy shouldn't be in the same sentence.
But it happens to be. It happened somehow.
That's a big blow.
It happened.
I mean, a really big blow.
Somehow it actually happened today, and it's only the Nigerian political scene that you see all this kind of
crazy things happening. Crazy things happening. All right, guys, we'll be going on a short commercial break, and when we'll be back, we'll bring more gists to you. Stay tuned.
Oh, this is my message to the Nigerian youths. I am glad that we have this great opportunity to discuss about the future of this country, Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to all of us, but to the youths most especially. I am super proud of what the youths have done, the realization that indeed the power lies with the youth. Indeed, successive governments and leadership have failed the youth. They've dismissed their capacity, the creativity, innovation. And this is why we are where we were. I am here to speak to you that not only am I proud of you, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, is super proud of you. We are proud of the movement you're leading and all the sacrifices being made for a better Nigeria. I can tell you, Peter Obi means well for Nigerian youths. He will run a youth-inclusive government and purposeful leadership that will usher in a new dawn for generations to come. Job issues, unemployment, and indeed all the other hazards that we face as a younger generation, I believe will be a thing of the past, at least reduced significantly. I'm here to remind you that we are the last lap of this race, when we all need to come to the consciousness that the effort we're going to put in the next coming weeks can change our trajectory completely and positively. So I want to urge you, do what you can to keep on the fight until a better Nigeria is achieved. You need to make sure that you realize again that you're actually the one running for presidency, just using Peter Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed as symbol. We are coming for a better Nigeria. This is time to vote for Labour Party. The logo is Papa, Mama, Pikin, or LP. On that day, come out in mass, show your energy, show your creativity, do everything you need to do positively to make sure your votes count. That means wait until the end. I am thankful to God for what the Nigerian youths are doing. God bless you all. Thank you.
Welcome back, guys. So we'll be taking more gists. Now we have a really hot one, really nice one, and trust me, it's going to make you guys smile, put a smile on you guys' faces. Now, Peter Obi promises to make Kwara State an agricultural hub. Ibukun, I'm really happy about this.
I mean,
to be honest,
I'm
really happy about this.
Yeah.
You know, it's been years since Nigeria actually dropped agriculture, the agricultural sector, and focused on just crude oil.
Everyday oil.
Yeah, we've been so dependent on crude oil for years, and then, you know, a nation that depends on a particular thing to actually thrive, it's really dangerous.
One industry is not enough, and here's what's even most sad, that the industry that was being depended on, the oil is still imported. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we would take the oil from here,
refine it outside,
and then now import
bring it back.
Now imagine the cost, and imagine how many jobs would have been available if that oil was refined here. And then it doesn't even stop there. The fact that the dividends, the revenue that is gotten from this industry is not put to good use. Instead, it is pocketed. We have past leaders whose loots from Nigeria is still being recovered. Like Asani Abacha is an example.
Yeah.
These people looted. In fact, their entire generational wealth is the oil money. So agriculture is necessary.
Years ago, Nigeria used to be one of the highest exporters of palm oil and other agricultural products. But I don't know, at some point we lost that touch, and then we neglected the agricultural scene.
It's coming from the leadership, of course, with poor knowledge of economic planning. Because Nigerians, when we were exporting the oil, we were ravaging our trees. So there was no thought of sustainability, and I feel like that's because our leaders are not, and have not been accurately trained on how to manage the economy. You know, and these industries, they don't have any knowledge. Most of them just came out from the military, fought for power because, of course, they felt like they deserved it, and then got in there and did whatever they liked. So I'm glad that Nigeria is finally getting someone with at least some degree of economic insight that can actually get something done. And
this is actually going to boost the nation's economy. Now, not just depending on oil alone, we're bringing agriculture to the scene now, and it's going to raise the level of it's going to reduce the level of unemployment in Nigeria.
I mean, we could own ranches.
Exactly.
Like, people could own actual ranches. Do you know how excited this makes me? I've always wanted to live on a farm with animals. Really? I'm not even joking. I love animals. And I know,
for real?
Yes, I know a lot of people that like animals a lot and would like to have farms. But young men in their early 20s, and the biggest problem that they are having with that is they don't feel like it will be profitable. They don't feel like the Nigerian economy will support that line of work. So, please, God, Peter Obi just needs to come like tomorrow. He should just become president like tomorrow.
He's got big plans for the nation.
Yeah, he's
got big plans for the nation. You know, anytime I travel from the southeast here down to Lagos, you know, when you pass Ore, you pass even Benin, you see this huge land mass.
Land.
I mean, what are we using these lands for? What are we using them for? Please.
The East is so weird. Like, when I read too much novels, so when I was coming to the East, the line that was in my head was, the East is a virgin. Like, it has not been ravaged. Like, you see that ravaging for space, to build office complex, to build estates. It hasn't really hit
It's not just the East.
Yeah.
We have unused lands in the West, even in the North.
In the North.
These lands need to be put in use. We need
big ranches, and families can live on ranches. You know, let me not get carried away.
I feel your own is a different talk. Like I feel you're swaying away from what we're saying. If you actually want to live in the countryside, you can go and do that.
I mean, we could make that happen here.
You are who is making what happen. You are who wants to live in the countryside. I beg, please. So what do you have for us?
Oh my God. Okay.
What next do you have for us?
So Kate Henshaw clapped back at the ever commenting
our darling Kate. Our darling Kate Henshaw
at the ever commenting El Rufai. You know, he did make a statement that Peter B is an actor, yabba. And then Kate Henshaw said the attention of the lead, you know, the way he talked about Peter B being an actor, he made it seem as though acting is one
easy thing,
one job like this.
I think that was what angered Kate Henshaw.
It's very condescending. He's as if the entertainment industry. That's what I'm saying. That these people don't know something, because if they know, they would have done that. The entertainment industry is one of the major thriving industries in Nigeria. The government and
it can actually be explored.
Yes.
And a lot of revenue can be gotten.
Of course, but to him it's a joke because of course it's oil money. Like him and his counterparts just to thief it, to pocket it, and then to look down on everything else. And so Kate Henshaw was very apt in her response. The statement reads, the attention of the leadership of the Actors Guild of Nigeria has been drawn to a derogatory statement made by the diminutive, do you understand that? The diminutive
just continue.
governor of Kaduna. I'm already feeling the, you know, the
heat.
Malam Nasser El Rufai, referring to one of the presidential aspirants as a Nollywood actor. The statement is intended to belittle and demean the intellectual capacity of an actor. Using actors to make sarcastic examples of an unintelligent person is arrogant and condescending of a public office holder.
That is actually wrong, because it takes a lot to go into movie acting. Like it's not an easy feat. It's not an easy feat at all.
A lot of
so it's not something you attach to people just like that. And actually, these guys have actually suffered to bring out great content for Nigerians over the years. So you don't just come out and say someone's acting, behaving like an actor, or a Nollywood actor. It's a very, very big blow. It's an insult.
Wow.
It's an insult.
This is a Nawa situation.
All right, guys. So next up, INEC likes tweets where Shehu Kuti calls Peter Obi an opportunist, a capitalist.
INEC Zukwaniki.
Now, for the records, INEC should be INEC is an independent body and should equally act as one. So this is a really, really wrong move by INEC.
Can I give an angle? Move. Can I give an angle?
Yeah.
Maybe. Just maybe, if they were just going through social media, the social media handler.
It is okay. For me, I just hope it should be a mistake.
That's what I'm saying. That there's a possibility that it's a mistake. Maybe it wasn't intended to signify.
Not just any tweet. One calling one of the presidential candidates an opportunist, a capitalist. This is really bad. It's really bad, really bad. And Peter Obi, okay, I think we've gone through that. Shehu Kuti calling him an opportunist. We've gone through that. So this is really a really wrong move. It's a really wrong move from INEC. It's a really wrong move from INEC. So Ibukun, I was going to ask you, okay, I would say from my own angle, today's Shege was seen successfully.
Yes,
yeah, it was and it was mind blowing as usual. So how's yours been? The whole cashless state of things. And
I mean, I'm still paying exorbitant amounts to get my money. Imagine after suffering to make money, you now pay for money.
You pay for money to get money. And now you're not just paying for money to get money. You know, yesterday I made mention of, was it yesterday or the day before? Okay, that was yesterday. I made mention of this being a blessing in disguise in a way, a very, very minute way. Now, this has actually exposed a lot of retailers, of traders who have not been used to making transactions, e-transactions. Now, a lot of places now use their phones to make mobile transfers. Now, these days, you go to buy fresh pepper from the market, and then the market woman is telling you, bros, run me transfer. Then I'm like, oh, madam, really?
I saw a bus driver today, and he was a guy was saying how he didn't have cash and his journey was long, and he was like, oh, that he's willing to do transfer. I hope his bank is not one of the banks that are giving problem. That he will give him his account number, and I was like, how sweet is that though? I mean, it's really sweet, and it's an improvement. But then they should please handle things better. I beg.
Yeah. We need our nation back. It hasn't been easy.
Yeah, the currency change itself is not bad. It's good, but the handling is weird.
The deadline and everything. It's just crazy, and we need our nation back. Like, then we used to withdraw money easily, and then the charges were not this exorbitant. But then how do you? Okay, a friend of mine said on Monday he went to make a withdrawal, and then he was to withdraw 10,000 naira, and then he was charged 3,000 naira. That's 30% of the money. I mean, how do you do that? How do you do that? And now you see a lot of Nigerians actually taking opportunity of this to extort their fellow Nigerians. It's bad. The nation is already tough, so you shouldn't make it tougher for your fellow Nigerian. It's not patriotic at all.
Anyway, I can just say from my own philosophy, I feel like, you know, when something don't bad, be like say don't bad pass.
Don't do to wrong.
Like not even that now. The angle is you don't bad, like say you know if it's even bad pass like this, and then that's when the good things start happening. I just feel like this is that really, really rough patch in Nigeria's history that is as if we will not make it. And then we'll come out at the next side, you know, at the other side, and everybody will look back, probably when I'm old and grey, but I still have great
Just be like that thing where they always talk, say, there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
But then, man, I don't know about you, but I need to get out of that tunnel, man.
This tunnel is long.
I don't tire. Like,
this is a very long tunnel.
The tunnel don't get end.
It's an APC tunnel.
Please,
it's a
have to end.
Tunnel. Like, it's a cash scarcity tunnel.
Bass goes.
It's happening from all sides.
You turn here, shaggy.
Everywhere, no relief.
This is really bad. This is really bad.
But then, for me, it still remains that way. I know that after this, it's going to be all smiles again, and agege bread will be affordable again.
Our darling agege bread.
Yes, it will be. See, have you seen what happened to agege bread? We've not talked about it, but like agege bread took a massive blow, a hit. Agege bread 250 is light.
How much is wait? So agege bread even increased that much?
Yes. Before if you eat agege bread, like I'm getting emotional. Before if you eat agege bread, let me just try to say this as best I can. Before if you eat agege bread 200, like you would feel like somebody, you have a baby sitting in your stomach.
Exactly.
It will stay. Then if you make the mistake of balancing with like akara, it's over.
Or beans.
Or ewa going.
With orobo.
It's funny how these things are no longer attainable. What used to be a 300 naira breakfast is entry 700. Because today's agege bread is like
in Lagos, because I grew up in Shulere. So while growing up then as a young boy, with 15 naira you could get 25 naira agege bread. And then you buy gold spots, 25 naira. So you are taking bread and gold spots with 15 naira.
Is there even still bought at 30 naira again?
I mean, like these days, like 15 naira can't. Okay, 15 naira only gets you
one biscuit.
Tom 3.
Or one biscuit.
Which biscuit do they even sell?
Yeah, there's this really nice one. Let me just very
nice. You
nice.
chop biscuit by this time.
Yes, I have to survive somehow.
They chop biscuits.
I have to survive somehow.
No, but like I say, this one too hits you. Like, as in, please, my one hasn't gotten to this stage. They chop biscuits recklessly like this. I beg.
Oh my goodness, I have to survive. Don't judge me. Thank you
so, guys,
so much for tuning in, guys.
Thank you.
We had a great time.
Really great time. And please, guys, don't forget. We know the nation is really, really tough at the moment, but we'll keep on telling you this. Don't be carried away. Don't be carried away. Like Ibukumi has told us here today, tough times do not last, right?
That's what I said, yeah.
Last. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. So please, guys, be hopeful. We are taking this nation back with our what? With our PVCs.
Yes,
so please,
we are.
come 25th of February this month. It's less than 2 weeks already, right?
Yeah, just a little more time, and things will all get better.
Yeah. So please, guys, do not forget. If you know you are far away from your polling booth, please make out time to actually travel. Make due time to travel just so you can vote. Please, very, very important. We have Nigerians in diaspora who have actually made plans to come back to vote. It's a good morale booster.
A lot are back.
So please, we shouldn't be that are actually down here. We shouldn't be the ones not to vote. Please, it's not a good one. It's not a good one for us.
And in all you do, vote right. In fact, no, sorry. Let me not make this ambiguous. In all you do, vote Obidati. Vote Labour Party, because I don't know if you
know, there was someone who said I can't tell Nigerians. Okay, a guy on Twitter tweeted, he said I can't tell you vote wisely because I don't trust your wisdom.
Oh my God!
Please, Nigerians, I trust your wisdom. Please,
we trust your wisdom. No,
but please, I trust your wisdom. I trust
your wisdom. We've been sold for short. We've been deceived. We've been whatever. But then we are still intelligent.
Nigerians know what to do. Nigerians know the right thing.
And Shege will also clear your eyes. That's another angle.
Nigerians, we know you are smart, and we are aware that you will do the right thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we've suffered for a very, very long time.
We've seen a lot.
We've suffered for a very long time.
We've seen a lot.
So please, make the right decision. 25th of February this year, please come out en masse to take this nation back. All right, guys, so we'll be drawing the curtain here. It will be a wrap. Thank you for joining us on today's program.
Thank you so much.
And don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. All our social media platforms, we are at Obidati Family TV.
Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. Instagram, and YouTube.
And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at _noble_dude. And then on Twitter, noble_dude_.
Underscore every time.
Everywhere. Make emphasis on that.
Oluyole Ibukolua Christabel on Facebook and Oluyole Ibuko on Twitter. Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys. Take care.